If you're a man over 60, let me ask you a question that might sting a little, one you might have pushed to the back of your mind. When was the last time you woke up with a firm, proud morning erection? For countless men, that answer reaches back months, perhaps even years. And that quiet absence, that unspoken void, feels like a silent alarm ringing deep within. It's not merely about sex, not at its core. It's about something far more fundamental: vitality, an inner strength, and the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing your body still works the way it should, the way it once did. The truly shocking truth is this: thousands of men your age are actively reclaiming natural, consistent morning erections. They're achieving this not through expensive pills with their myriad side effects or risky procedures, but with something so remarkably simple it almost sounds impossible. It's a single spoonful of oil taken before bed. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara. I am a board-certified urologist, a respected professor, and a dedicated men's health specialist. For more than 30 years, I've devoted my life to studying male hormones, circulation, and the very essence of male vitality. I've treated countless men who walked into my office burdened by the belief that age had irrevocably stolen their manhood, only to discover, with immense relief, that there was still a clear, powerful path forward. I don't share fads, nor do I offer empty promises. What I am about to reveal to you is deeply rooted in robust science, extensive research, and the undeniable reality of real-world results that I've witnessed firsthand. Here's the profound paradox. Men in their 70s, and even some in their 80s, are now waking up feeling stronger and more virile than they have in decades. This isn't because their bodies have magically become young again, but because they've learned a simple yet profound secret: how to properly fuel them. Isn't it curious, almost astounding, that a humble oil, readily available in your kitchen, can achieve success where modern pharmaceutical drugs often fall short? Take just 1 tablespoon before bed, and you begin to give your body the exact raw materials it desperately needs to restore healthy testosterone levels, protect crucial blood flow, and bring back those natural, dependable erections you may have sadly thought were gone forever. In just a moment, I will reveal precisely which oil holds this power, why bedtime is the absolute perfect timing for its magic to unfold, and how this one simple nightly habit could utterly transform your mornings and reignite your confidence. But before we dive into these life-changing details, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel and turned on the notification bell so you never miss another vital men's health tip, each one designed specifically for you. And I'd truly value your feedback. If this message resonates deeply with you, if it sparks a flicker of hope, please type 1 in the comments below. If it doesn't, type 0 so I know exactly how to make these videos even more helpful and impactful for you in the future. Now, let's get straight into the heart of today's message. To truly grasp why a simple spoonful of oil before bed can bring back those natural, firm morning erections, we first need to uncover the profound science behind it. We need to understand the exact reason this timing and method work so powerfully, so fundamentally, for men over 60. Why oil before bed works. For decades in my practice, I've seen men come to me frustrated, embarrassed, and entirely convinced their bodies were simply too old, too worn out, to produce strong erections anymore. But what I've learned, what decades of experience and burgeoning science continue to prove, is that the problem is very rarely age itself. The real issue, the hidden adversary, is that the body has simply not been given what it truly needs at the precisely right time to continue producing the hormones and maintaining the circulation essential for morning erections. That, my friends, is precisely why taking oil before bed can be such a powerful, almost miraculous intervention. Here's the truth your doctor might not have told you. Your body is not passively asleep at night. Far from it. It's tirelessly hard at work. Between 10 at night and 2 in the morning, Your complex system is diligently busy repairing tissues, balancing crucial hormones, and meticulously restoring energy for the demands of the next day. Think of it like the night shift at a busy, vital factory. Hormones, such as testosterone, are being meticulously built and synthesized during these critical hours, but they can only be made if the essential raw materials are readily available, and those vital raw materials are healthy fats. Without them, your body is like that factory missing its critical supplies. No matter how many workers are ready, nothing, absolutely nothing, can be produced. When you provide a spoonful of the right oil before bed, you're quite literally stocking the shelves of that factory just in time for its most crucial production cycle. The healthy fats in these specific oils serve as the indispensable backbone for testosterone synthesis. At the very same time, many of them carry potent anti-inflammatory compounds that actively reduce the silent, insidious swelling in your delicate blood vessels and pelvic tissues, making it dramatically easier for blood to flow freely to precisely where you need it most. And because oils are absorbed far more efficiently and quickly than many other nutrients, your body doesn't have to wait long. It begins using those precious resources almost immediately, getting a head start on the night's essential work. I've watched men who thought their best years were long behind them return weeks later with a wide, genuine smile, their eyes sparkling, telling me they were utterly surprised to wake up with the kind of firm, natural erections they hadn't experienced in years. That profound transformation begins with understanding this one fundamental truth. Timing matters, and which oil you choose matters even more. And the oil with the strongest scientific support, the one I recommend every man begin with, is extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. When men first ask me where to begin, what initial step to take, I always tell them to start with extra virgin olive oil. It's not exotic, it's not hard to find, and yet it harbors some of the most powerful and sustained effects on male vitality that I have ever witnessed in my career. I distinctly remember one of my patients, a gentleman in his late 60s, who came to me after trying absolutely everything, from countless supplements to expensive, often ineffective medications. He was understandably skeptical when I suggested something as remarkably simple as olive oil. But within a mere few weeks, he walked back into my office with an undeniable grin on his face and a quiet, profound confidence he hadn't felt in years. That moment served as a powerful reminder of how sometimes the simplest answers can be the most profoundly life-changing. The science backing olive oil's benefits is remarkably strong and deeply compelling. Men in Mediterranean countries consume it daily, almost as a staple, and they consequently enjoy some of the lowest rates of erectile dysfunction in the entire world. Research has consistently shown that men who incorporate olive oil into their diet consistently can significantly raise their testosterone levels by nearly 20% in just 3 months. That kind of natural, sustained increase rivals some of the most commonly prescribed medications, yet without the accompanying side effects. But olive oil does far more than just provide raw materials for hormones. It contains powerful compounds called polyphenols, which are potent antioxidants that actively protect testosterone from breaking down prematurely or being converted into less desirable estrogen. In essence, olive oil doesn't just help you make more testosterone, it crucially helps you keep it. To unlock the best results, quality truly matters. You want a first cold-pressed oil, always stored in a dark glass bottle to protect its delicate compounds, and crucially, with a harvest date clearly printed on the label. Freshness is absolutely key, because that is when the beneficial polyphenols are at their peak potency. Take 1 tablespoon about an hour before bed. You can swallow it straight, mix it with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, or drizzle it over a small, plain piece of bread. The key, above all else, is unwavering consistency, night after night, allowing your body to gradually build strength and resilience from within. I've seen men report deeper, more restorative sleep, calmer nights, and then, almost without warning, the triumphant return of firm, utterly dependable morning erections. But olive oil, remarkable as it is just the beginning. Because while it builds and protects hormones, there are other oils with unique, targeted powers that specifically address inflammation and circulation in ways olive oil cannot. And one of the most surprising and effective is castor oil. Castor oil. Most men are genuinely surprised when I first mention castor oil because for years it's been known mainly as an old-fashioned, rather unpleasant remedy for constipation. But in truth, this thick golden oil holds a very different, deeply restorative kind of power when used in the right way and at the precise dose. I'll never forget a patient of mine, a 70-year-old gentleman who had been struggling for years with weak erections and a persistent, uncomfortable heaviness in his pelvic area. He had tried various medications, but they left him with frustrating side effects and little real, lasting improvement. When I suggested a very small dose of castor oil before bed, he genuinely raised his eyebrows in disbelief, skepticism clearly etched on his face. 3 weeks later, he called me, his voice brimming with excitement, telling me he had experienced his first natural morning erection in nearly 5 years. That unforgettable call powerfully reminded me of the hidden, often overlooked potential in this unassuming oil. The secret lies in its unique chemistry. Castor oil is composed of nearly 90% ricinoleic acid, a truly unique fatty acid with powerful, documented anti-inflammatory properties. When taken in small therapeutic amounts, it doesn't act as a laxative. Instead, it penetrates deeply into tissues, actively reducing the chronic congestion and silent swelling that can build up in the pelvis after decades of sitting, poor circulation, and the insidious, low-grade inflammation that often accompanies aging. This targeted action is absolutely critical because inflammation around the prostate and pelvic vessels is one of the biggest, yet often ignored, barriers to healthy, robust erections. By helping to gently clear sluggish lymphatic fluid, reduce persistent pressure, and restore unimpeded blood flow, castor oil makes it dramatically easier for the body to send blood precisely where it needs to go in the early hours of the morning when erections naturally occur. The key, as with many powerful remedies, is moderation. A therapeutic dose is just 1/2 to 1 teaspoon, ideally mixed into warm water or milk about an hour before bed. Always choose organic, cold-pressed, hexane-free oil to avoid any unnecessary impurities. The taste, I'll be honest, is not pleasant. It's quite distinct. But blending it with a little honey or chasing it with something mild makes it entirely manageable. And when men begin to notice easier urination, a significant reduction in pelvic heaviness, and eventually the long-missed, triumphant return of morning erections, that brief bitterness is a truly small price to pay for such profound relief. But castor oil is only one piece of this fascinating story. While it works deeply on inflammation, there's another oil that energizes the body in an entirely different way, fueling hormone production and overnight repair through a unique kind of fat. And that remarkable oil is coconut oil. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of those household staples that most men completely overlook, but when I began meticulously studying its profound effects on hormone balance and male vitality, I quickly realized it offered something truly unique and essential. I vividly recall a patient in his mid-60s who came into my office, looking utterly worn down from years of sluggish mornings and a noticeably fading sex drive. He told me he felt as though his body had slowed to a crawl at night, as though his internal engine was running on fumes. When I suggested coconut oil before bed, he gave me a doubtful look, clearly unconvinced. But within mere weeks, his mornings felt dramatically different. He described waking up lighter, clearer-headed, and with the kind of sustained energy he genuinely thought only much younger men possessed. Along with that renewed energy came something else he hadn't expected: stronger, more reliable morning erections. The secret lies in the unique way coconut oil is metabolized. Unlike most dietary fats, coconut oil is exceptionally rich in medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. These are quickly and efficiently converted by the liver into usable energy rather than being stored as fat. That means when you take coconut oil before bed, your body has a ready, immediate supply of high-quality fuel for cellular repair, tissue recovery, and crucial hormone production during that critical nighttime window. It also contains lauric acid, a powerful compound with natural antimicrobial effects that helps to calm low-grade inflammation in the gut and urinary system. And because inflammation is one of the hidden enemies of robust blood flow and healthy nerve function, reducing it is absolutely essential for strong, consistent erections. The best way to use coconut oil is to start small. Take 1 teaspoon before bed and gradually work up to a tablespoon if your body tolerates it well. Always choose virgin, cold-pressed organic coconut oil, the kind that still smells faintly of coconuts, because that tells you it hasn't been over-processed and stripped of its beneficial compounds. Some men enjoy melting it into a warm cup of herbal tea. Others mix it with a pinch of cinnamon or simply take it straight. The key, as always, is unwavering consistency. Coconut oil effectively wakes up your metabolism, actively supports testosterone production, and beautifully sets the stage for mornings that feel energized, vibrant, and powerful. But while it fuels your system with quick-burning energy, there's another oil that provides a different kind of profound power. One that delivers essential minerals directly to your testes and uniquely protects the prostate itself. That remarkable oil is pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil is truly one of the most overlooked treasures for men's health, yet it holds a place of profound honor in my own recommendations. Years ago, I treated a man in his late 60s who was waking up 3 or 4 times every single night to urinate. He was utterly exhausted, profoundly frustrated, and completely convinced his prostate problems had stolen both his precious sleep and his intimate life. I gently introduced him to pumpkin seed oil, suggesting he take a small spoonful before bed. Within a few weeks, he excitedly told me he was sleeping through the night more often, his urination had dramatically improved, and to his genuine surprise, his morning erections began to return. His palpable relief was written all over his face, and it powerfully reminded me just how impactful and beneficial this oil can be. What makes pumpkin seed oil so uniquely effective is its powerful combination of essential nutrients and protective compounds. It is one of the richest natural sources of zinc, a mineral that your testes absolutely depend on to produce testosterone. Without sufficient zinc, testosterone production slows to a crawling pace. Pumpkin seed oil not only provides zinc in generous amounts, but it delivers it alongside healthy fats that make its absorption far more efficient. On top of that, it contains phytosterols, potent plant compounds that specifically reduce inflammation in the prostate and significantly improve urinary flow. Studies have consistently shown that men taking pumpkin seed oil regularly report fewer nighttime bathroom trips, less pelvic discomfort, and better overall prostate health. And when the prostate is healthy and functioning optimally, everything in that sensitive region functions more smoothly, including, crucially, sexual performance. The flavor of pumpkin seed oil is nutty and rich, which many men actually find quite enjoyable. The ideal dose is 1 to 2 teaspoons before bed, either taken straight, mixed into yogurt, or drizzled over a light evening snack. Always look for cold-pressed oil in dark bottles, and crucially, keep it refrigerated to preserve its deep green color and maximum potency. Pumpkin seed oil strengthens the very foundation of your health. It nourishes your hormones and powerfully protects your prostate. But there is another oil, less familiar to many men, that directly shields and revives the very cells in your testes responsible for producing testosterone. That oil, used for thousands of years in traditional medicine, is black seed oil. Black seed oil, Nigella sativa, Among all the oils I've studied, black seed oil is the one that often surprises men the most with its profound capabilities. Known for centuries in the Middle East as a traditional cure for everything but death, it has only recently begun to receive the serious scientific attention it so richly deserves in Western medicine. I remember a man in his early 70s who had nearly given up on restoring his sexual vitality. He told me he felt as though his body had simply shut down, and the energy he once had was gone for good. I suggested black seed oil, not as a miracle cure, but as a natural, powerful support for his struggling system. Within a couple of months, he returned with a discernible spark in his eyes, saying he felt not only more alive and energetic, but profoundly more confident as his morning erections became consistent again. The profound power of black seed oil lies in a remarkable compound called thymoquinone. This natural antioxidant directly protects the Leydig cells in the testes, the very cells solely responsible for producing testosterone. Over the years, oxidative stress, like a relentless tide, slowly chips away at their function, inevitably leading to lower hormone levels and weaker erections. Black seed oil doesn't just protect these vital cells. It actively helps them recover and perform significantly better. Clinical studies have shown impressive increases in testosterone of up to 20% after regular use, along with notable improvements in sperm quality, libido, and erectile strength. For men battling insulin resistance, another common and debilitating issue after 60 black seed oil offers an added significant bonus. It improves insulin sensitivity, which is absolutely vital because poor blood sugar control is one of the fastest and most destructive ways to kill testosterone production. The taste of black seed oil is strong, peppery, and noticeably bitter. So many men prefer to mix a teaspoon with a little honey before bed or opt for a high-quality liquid capsule. The important thing is to ensure the oil is organic, cold-pressed, and, crucially, lists a thymoquinone content of at least 1 to 2% on the label. That specification ensures both potency and tangible results. Black seed oil has the remarkable ability to restore the very machinery of testosterone production, offering men genuine hope when they thought decline was an inevitable, irreversible fate. But protecting and repairing cells is only part of the equation. To truly restore profound blood vessel health and optimal circulation, there is another oil that works hand in hand with these benefits, amplifying their effects, and that oil is fish oil. Fish oil. When men typically think about sexual health, fish oil is rarely the first thing that comes to mind. Yet in my many years of practice, I've seen it quietly transform not just erections, but overall vitality and well-being. I once worked with a gentleman in his late 60s who struggled with persistent fatigue and a noticeable lack of firmness in the mornings. He had tried adjusting his diet, adding more exercise, and even experimenting with various herbal remedies, but the results were modest at best. When I encouraged him to begin a nightly dose of high-quality fish oil, he hesitated. After all, he'd heard it was mainly for heart health. But just weeks later, he enthusiastically told me his mornings felt renewed, his energy was steadier and more sustained, his focus sharper, and yes, his erections had returned with surprising strength and reliability. The reason fish oil is so profoundly effective lies in its rich omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These powerful compounds actively reduce systemic inflammation, which silently and insidiously damages blood vessels over the years. By calming that pervasive inflammation, fish oil helps blood vessels remain flexible, open, and healthy, allowing improved circulation to the areas that matter most during those crucial early morning hours. DHA, in particular, meticulously strengthens the very walls of those delicate vessels, making them more resilient and efficient. The result is dramatically better blood flow, superior oxygen delivery, and stronger, far more reliable erections. On top of that, omega-3s are essential for supporting optimal nerve function, ensuring that the delicate, vital signals between your brain and body remain sharp and responsive even with age. To truly reap these benefits, both quality and dose matter immensely. Look for pharmaceutical-grade fish oil that has been rigorously purified and tested for mercury and other contaminants. 2 to 3 grams before bed is ideal, and taking it at night often significantly reduces the unpleasant fishy repeat that bothers some men. Always store it in the refrigerator to keep it fresh and maximally potent. Fish oil effectively strengthens the very foundation of circulation and nerve health, amplifying the positive results of every other oil you choose to take. But knowing which oils to choose is only half the story. The real magic, the lasting transformation, comes from learning how to combine them into a simple, sustainable nightly routine. A precise protocol that maximizes benefits and keeps your body consistently supplied with everything it needs. And that is exactly what I'll show you next. Suggested protocol. One of the biggest, most common mistakes I see men make is trying everything at once, then quickly giving up when they feel overwhelmed and discouraged. The truth is, your body responds best to steady, consistent steps, patiently taken over time. Over the years, I've carefully crafted a simple yet highly effective protocol that allows men to introduce these powerful oils gradually and safely, building unstoppable momentum without stress or discomfort. I vividly remember guiding a patient in his early 70s who was eager to try all 6 oils in a single week. I gently cautioned him to slow down, reminding him that genuine healing is a profound process, not a frantic sprint. When he meticulously followed the protocol as I outlined it, he not only completely avoided digestive discomfort, but also began seeing truly meaningful improvements within mere weeks. The first week is all about simplicity and consistency. Begin with just 1 oil, and I almost always recommend starting with extra virgin olive oil. 1 tablespoon before bed every single night gives your body a familiar, well-tolerated foundation upon which to build. By the second week, you can confidently add a second oil or alternatively alternate between 2. For example, olive oil on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and pumpkin seed oil on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This thoughtful approach keeps your body consistently supplied with a variety of crucial nutrients while giving each oil ample time to work its unique magic. As you move into the 3rd week and beyond, you can confidently find the rhythm that feels precisely right for you and your body. Some men thrive by sticking to 2 oils consistently, while others enjoy rotating through 3 or 4 for a broader spectrum of benefits. My favorite combination, and one that has worked wonders for many men, includes olive oil and black seed oil 3 nights a week, pumpkin seed oil twice a week, coconut oil once, and castor oil once. This comprehensive approach thoughtfully addresses hormone production, circulation, inflammation, and prostate health all at once, without ever overwhelming your system. Think of this as creating a personal, empowering routine that quickly becomes second nature, as ingrained as brushing your teeth before bed. Small, consistent actions, repeated faithfully, inevitably lead to lasting, profound transformation. And once you've committed to a protocol, the next natural question that often arises is, how soon will you see results? And what exactly should you expect along the way? Timeline and expected results. One of the very first questions men ask me, their eyes filled with a mixture of hope and impatience, is, how long will it take before I notice a difference? I completely understand that impatience. When you've gone months or even years without morning erections, every single day can feel like a painful reminder of what's been lost. But what I've seen time and again, the undeniable truth, is that when you consistently give your body the right building blocks, positive change often comes sooner than you think. During the first week, most men notice small, yet deeply encouraging shifts. Sleep often becomes deeper and more restorative. The mind feels calmer and clearer, and energy in the morning begins to feel steadier and more reliable. This is your body's profound way of telling you it. finally receiving the raw materials it has been desperately missing. By the second and third weeks, something truly remarkable tends to happen. Men often report waking up with firmer, more frequent erections. Not every morning yet, perhaps, but enough to powerfully remind them that their bodies are indeed still capable of responding. It's a truly powerful, emotional moment that restores not just hope, but a profound sense of confidence. Between the fourth and sixth weeks, these improvements usually become even more consistent and undeniable. Morning erections show up more regularly, responses during intimacy feel stronger and more reliable, and stamina throughout the day noticeably improves. By the second and third month, the benefits often compound beautifully. Hormones stabilize, circulation dramatically improves, and inflammation continues to decrease. At this stage, many men tell me they genuinely feel years younger, not just in the bedroom, but in their overall energy, mood, and outlook on life. It's important to remember that results can and do vary. Some men respond faster, while others take a bit longer, depending on various individual factors like sleep quality, chronic stress levels, other medications they may be taking, or their overall health status. But in my extensive experience, men who stay truly consistent rarely finish 2 full months without noticing significant, life-affirming changes. The key, above all else, is patience and unwavering persistence. Your body possesses a remarkable innate capacity to repair and revitalize itself when supported in the right way. And while this timeline gives you a clear roadmap, there are certain obstacles that can delay or even entirely block these desired results. Understanding those roadblocks is the next crucial step, because once you know what they are, you can effectively avoid them and keep moving forward with unwavering confidence. Factors that influence results. Over the years, I've learned that it's not just about what powerful nutrients you put into your body, but also, critically, about the optimal environment you create for those nutrients to truly work their magic. Some men follow the oil protocol faithfully, yet they struggle to see noticeable progress. Others, with the exact same routine, notice profound improvements remarkably quickly. The difference often comes down to hidden factors that either powerfully accelerate or stubbornly block results. Consistency is the first and foremost of these. Your body thrives on routine, on predictability. Skipping nights or constantly changing which oils you take can disrupt the steady supply of nutrients absolutely essential for robust hormone production and cellular repair. I recall a patient in his mid-60s who candidly admitted he only took the oils when he remembered. Not surprisingly, his results significantly lagged behind. Once he committed to a nightly routine, his profound improvements finally arrived. Sleep is another major, often underestimated influence. Testosterone and growth hormone, two vital components of male vitality, are produced most efficiently during deep, restorative sleep. If you're only getting 5 hours a night, or if sleep apnea is silently disrupting your rest, no oil in the world can fully compensate for that fundamental loss. Actively addressing sleep issues often unlocks the full, incredible potential of this protocol. Medications also play a significant, often detrimental role. Blood pressure drugs, statins, and certain antidepressants are widely known to interfere with sexual function. While these oils can certainly help counter some of those negative effects, the uphill battle is undeniably steeper. That's why it's so important to have an open, honest conversation with your doctor about potential alternatives or adjustments if you suspect your medication is significantly limiting your progress. Stress might be the single most underestimated factor of all. Chronic, unmanaged stress relentlessly elevates cortisol, a hormone that directly and powerfully suppresses testosterone production. I've seen men under heavy, persistent stress make little to no progress until they actively began practicing relaxation techniques, prayer, or even simple mindful breathing exercises. Once their stress levels demonstrably lowered, their bodies responded almost immediately and powerfully. And finally, alcohol, especially consumed late at night, mercilessly sabotages both sleep quality and delicate hormone production. Even moderate amounts can completely undo the incredible benefits of your dedicated efforts. Understanding these common obstacles allows you to quickly correct course and dramatically maximize your success. But beyond simply avoiding pitfalls, there are also simple, proactive habits you can easily add each day to truly supercharge your results. And those are exactly what we'll cover next. Additional supportive tips. In my many years of guiding men through this transformative journey, I've come to profoundly realize that while these powerful oils lay the essential foundation, small, consistent daily habits can multiply the benefits many, many times over. Think of it like tending to a vibrant garden. You can plant the right, potent seeds, but if you don't give them sufficient water, nourishing sunlight, and consistent care, they'll never truly reach their full, magnificent potential. The very same principle holds true for your incredible body. One of the simplest, yet most profoundly powerful habits is simply staying adequately hydrated. Robust blood flow, which is absolutely critical for firm erections, fundamentally depends on the optimal thickness of your blood. When you're dehydrated, circulation inevitably slows and erections suffer. Drinking half your body weight in ounces of pure water each day keeps your blood moving freely and efficiently. I remember one patient who initially shrugged this off until I gently challenged him to commit for just 2 weeks. He was utterly amazed by how much lighter, more energetic, and far more responsive his body felt. Another profoundly powerful practice is actively strengthening your pelvic floor through Kegel exercises. These simple contractions, performed as if you're stopping the flow of urine midstream, directly target and strengthen the crucial muscles that support erections. I've personally seen men in their 70s regain impressive firmness and stamina simply by diligently doing these exercises daily. Morning sunlight is another often overlooked yet powerful ally. Just 20 minutes of natural light within an hour of waking helps to naturally regulate your circadian rhythm, which in turn powerfully boosts testosterone production. Men often tell me they feel sharper, more alive, and more in tune with their bodies when they commit to this small yet impactful act. And finally, rigorously protect your evenings. Limit blue light exposure from screens at night as it severely disrupts melatonin production and significantly reduces sleep quality. A patient once told me that simply swapping late-night television for reading in dim light not only vastly improved his sleep, but also profoundly deepened the effectiveness of the oils he was taking. These small, practical steps create the optimal conditions for your body to truly thrive. And when you combine them with your nightly oils, the transformation is even greater, more comprehensive, and more lasting. But perhaps the most convincing reason to stay consistent lies in the profound cost comparison. Because when you compare the modest price of these natural oils to the staggering alternatives, the difference is truly astonishing. Cost versus benefit. One of the most common frustrations I consistently hear from men is the sheer overwhelming expense of conventional medical treatments. Prescription pills for erectile dysfunction can easily cost $30 to $60 for a single dose. And even then, the results are temporary at best, often accompanied by unpleasant side effects like headaches, flushing, or a racing heart. Testosterone replacement therapy, another popular option, can effortlessly run $200 to $500 every single month, not to mention the discomfort of needles, frequent doctor visits, and ongoing meticulous monitoring. I've had men look me directly in the eye and tell me they felt trapped, forced into paying a fortune just to borrow a little confidence for a night, all while harboring a deep fear of what might happen to their long-term health. That's precisely why these oils feel like such a profound revelation. High-quality extra virgin olive oil, pumpkin seed oil, or black seed oil might collectively cost $40 to $60 for an entire month's supply. That breaks down to less than $2 a day. And unlike a pill that forces your body into a short-lived artificial reaction, these oils nourish you deeply from the inside out, addressing the root causes of poor erections and flagging vitality. They naturally support hormone production, actively reduce inflammation, significantly improve blood flow, and promote overall health in profound ways that no single prescription medication can ever achieve. I've watched men not only triumphantly regain their morning erections, but also report sharper memory, calmer moods, and better sustained energy throughout the entire day. Think of it this way. For the modest price of a cup of coffee, you can invest in something that powerfully strengthens your vitality, supports your heart, protects your prostate, and restores the deep, innate confidence you may have sadly thought was gone forever. That's not an expense. It's truly one of the wisest, most impactful investments you can possibly make in yourself. But beyond mere cost and convenience, there is something even more important. Something truly priceless. The profound promise of reclaiming a cherished part of your manhood that many wrongly believe age has irrevocably stolen. And that is exactly where I want to take you now, as we bring everything together in the conclusion of this vital message. Conclusion. As I reflect on the incredible journey we've taken together in this message, I want you to pause, truly pause, and deeply absorb what you've heard. For so many men over 60, the heartbreaking loss of morning erections feels like the closing of a significant door, as though vitality, energy, and masculinity have quietly, insidiously slipped away. I've sat across from countless men in my office who, with eyes downcast, told me they felt embarrassed, even utterly defeated, believing this vibrant, intimate part of life was simply over. But time and again, I've watched those very same men rediscover their strength, their confidence, their youthful spark by making one profound yet simple change, adding a spoonful of the right oil before bed. We've explored precisely why timing matters so deeply, why these oils work so powerfully and synergistically during the night, and how each one brings its own unique, indispensable benefit. Olive oil stands as the steady, reliable foundation, scientifically proven to boost vital testosterone. Castor oil, gently yet effectively, reduces inflammation and eases congestion in the delicate pelvic region. Coconut oil, a true energizer, fuels the body with quick-burning energy and robustly supports overnight cellular repair. Pumpkin seed oil, rich in essential zinc, diligently protects your prostate and nourishes critical testosterone production. Black seed oil, a true ancient marvel, painstakingly restores the very cells responsible for making hormones, reigniting your internal engine. And fish oil, the silent guardian, ensures your blood vessels and nerves stay strong, flexible, and responsive. We meticulously laid out a simple, easy-to-follow protocol so you never feel overwhelmed, a clear timeline, so you know precisely what to expect at each stage, and an honest picture of the common roadblocks that could temporarily stand in your way. We added powerful yet simple daily habits: hydration, pelvic floor exercises, morning sunlight, and better sleep, to multiply your progress exponentially. And finally, we starkly compared the modest cost of these natural oils to the staggering, often unsustainable expense of conventional medications and therapies, showing you that lasting improvement doesn't have to drain your wallet or your spirit. But beyond all the facts and figures, beyond the scientific explanations, here's what truly matters most. I've seen these changes restore more than just erections. They restore profound confidence. They rekindle deep intimacy. They reignite that unmistakable spark in a man's eyes when he truly realizes that age has not, in fact, taken everything from him. That very spark is what relentlessly drives me to share this message with you, with every man who needs to hear it. Now, the choice, the truly empowering choice, rests squarely with you. You can choose to continue down the same familiar path, quietly accepting decline as an inevitable, irreversible fate, or you can bravely commit to 30 days of consistent, mindful effort, one spoonful at a time, and genuinely discover what your body, your incredible body, is still profoundly capable of. I challenge you, from the depths of my experience and belief, to take that crucial first step, because your mornings are patiently waiting to remind you that you are still strong, still capable, and still very much alive. And if this message resonated deeply with your spirit, if it sparked a flicker of hope, please, I urge you, share it with another man who desperately needs to hear it. We've spent our lives building careers, raising wonderful families, and caring for countless others. It's time, right now, to care for ourselves, to invest in our own vitality. Your body is ready to respond. The only question left is, are you truly ready to begin?